get started with triangle 2. So for triangle 2, we have the line segment AB should be 3 inches. We have line segment BC should be 4 inches, and angle B should be 60 degrees. So for this triangle, since we have 2 sides and an angle, we're actually going to be using both the protractor and the compass. For triangle 1, we had 1 line segment and we had 2 angles. For that reason, we only used a protractor because we have side, angle, and angle. Whenever you have side, and angle, so 2 sides and an angle, you're actually going to be using both the tools, the compass and the protractor. Remember, for the protractor, we need to be careful. We need to know how to use our guiding holes and our guiding lines, which should be this little white line in my protractor. For the compass, now I'm going to explain the parts of a compass so you guys know how to use it really well. There's going to be usually 2 parts. There's the metallic tip, which is a little sharp, so be careful. And then there's the pencil side. So usually the metallic point is going to be more like the guide. So that's usually where we're putting it on a point we know. And then the pencil is going to be drawing the point we don't know. Another thing about the compass is right here, on this part right here, you should have some kind of ruler. And that's not measuring 4 inches there, but it is measuring the distance between the metallic tip and the pencil. So whenever you mark it, it is going to be, for instance, 4 inches because I have it at 4 inches. If I have it at 2 inches, then the distance between the metallic tip and the pencil will be 2 inches. So you have your standard measurements on this side. The blue part is the inches, and then the other side I have millimeters right here and centimeters. We're not going to be using this, so don't worry, because I have it in standard measurements anyway. My protractor is kind of cheap though, so the problem is you can see it opens and closes easily, so that's going to make it a little harder when I'm using. Usually your compass should, once you open it, it should stay put and not move like this. So even though my compass is a little cheap, it doesn't matter. All I know is that I'm going to be squeezing both this side and this side really hard with my finger. So you see, it doesn't move now, and it stays open. So it's just to make it a little complicated, but still it's not that bad. Just what you want to make sure is that when you're using it, it doesn't close and open, because then you're going to have to remeasure it to make sure it is the distance you want. Anyway, I'll explain more about that later. We're just going to get started. We're going to get started with AB once again, and that has to be 3 inches. So I'm using your ruler. My ruler is on my protractor, so I'm going to be using my protractor to draw a 3-inch line. So I'm starting at 0, and I'm drawing my line all the way to 3 inches. So I went from 0 to 3. I also know that this is going to be AB, so I'm going to label it AB. So I'm going to put a little dot here, so I know that it's going to be where my angle A is going to be when I have it. And I'm going to put a little dot here, so that I know that that's where my angle B is going to be. So we're doing this, so now we'll scratch it off. Next, BC. All I know is I don't have a C yet, but I know it's going to be somewhere from the triangle, because it should have 3 points, A, B, and C. I know that the line between B and C is going to be 4 inches. The problem is I don't quite know where this is going to open just yet. So this is where we use our compass. So I know that BC is going to be 4 inches, so that means I should open my compass to be 4 inches. I don't think you could see it really well, but this little black tip right here, the black tip is marking where it's going to be open. I'm going to line up that tip to 4 inches. So when I have it lined up, make sure to squeeze it really hard if you have a cheap compass, a little flimsy one. Okay, I'm lined it up at 4, so I know that the metallic tip to the pencil, when I mark it, it's going to be 4 inches long. So once again, this is your guiding point. That point, it's going to be on B, so make sure you put the metallic tip on where B is. And now I'm going to draw using a pencil, put it on the paper, and just basically draw the line. Since I don't know where this is going to open, I'm just going to draw a line somewhere around here. through that. So I know that my C point should be somewhere along this line that I drew. So I can technically mark this off because I know that no matter where I do my C, it's going to be 4 inches away from B. Now I can measure angle B. Angle B is going to be 60 degrees. So get your protractor, and we're going to put the guiding hole lined up with the dot at B. Remember, you're going to have your line lined up with the guiding line. I need to move it down a little bit. There. So my guiding line's lined up, but now when I was moving the protractor, the dot is not with the guiding hole. So remember, you have to make sure both the dot is with the guiding hole and the line is with the guiding line. There you go. That's perfect. So what I know is that this angle has to be 60 degrees. So my 60 is right here. So I'm going to put a dot or a line right there to mark where 60 degrees should be. So I know now that angle B is going to be a line going through this part here. But I also know that this line I drew with the compass is where 4 inches is. So all I have to do is draw my line to touch that marking, but make sure it's passing through where the mark of 60 degrees is. So I'm going to connect B with that line and make it go all the way to the line I drew with the compass. Okay, so I'm going to hold the compass, the protractor really hard so I don't move it when I'm drawing the line. And it's going to go to B, obviously. But it is also going to go all the way to the marking I did with the compass. It's this pencil. So, as you can see, it's starting from B and it's touching that line. I'm not passing through the, I'm not going past the line. I'm stopping at the line. And then, if you measure it, it should be 4 inches because that's what you did with the compass. So I'm lined it up here, and yep, there you go. It goes from 0 to 4. So I know that right here, where the line touches, where the line I drew touches the compass line, is going to be my point C. So I put a little dot there, and I labeled it C. So we have two sides. All you have to do now is connect this and this. Now, should have a triangle. That's your triangle right there. So I know that this is angle B, 60 degrees. I'm putting 60 degrees there, and I know that BC was 4 inches. So all you have to do now is measure point A to point C to give you how long line segment AC is. I know that this angle right here is 60 degrees, so all I have to do is measure these angles. So in order to measure them, so I'm going to put my guiding hole with the dot. I'm going to make sure the line I drew, this black line, is matching with the guiding line. And then I'm going to measure to see how far this is. And right here, it looks like it's at 71, 2. Looks like it's at 72 degrees. Make sure the guiding hole is lined up with the dot, and make sure your guiding line is matching the line. Right here, it looks like it's at this is 45, 46, 47. Remember, all you have to do now is add the angle side. So 60 plus my 72, that gives me 132. 3